Ooh, okay. Hey, Nugget. Howdy, nerds. So, I'm just gonna wait for a bunch of people to get in here, because I don't want to have to explain this another half dozen times, but... Basically, I printed off the idler wheel holding, and another pusher. And for some reason that I honestly don't know if I could explain to you, despite having identical G-code, the follower, didn't work. Like, it just printed wrong. And I couldn't tell you why. Again, I didn't change anything. It was even the same G-code. So it was, like, the same file on the, like, unchanged. The exact same file that printed the follower that's in the working one, which is now sent off. It didn't work for this one. Now, I don't know where the part has gone, but it did break. But this bit right here, I think I called that, yeah, the spring wheel follower, which doesn't want to isolate for some reason. My computer is not happy. When you make the mags open source, I'm going to print off so many of them. Good. Good, that's the point. Wow, this is really just not having it. There we go. So this bit, it printed off like trash. And I think I might have put it in the trash. I can't find it now. And it's because these are too tall and too thin. It's funny now. They printed off to about here, fine. And then when they got taller, they kind of fucked up. Oh, I thought you meant same as in being trash. Yeah, there's tons of adapters out there. So, I'm actually excited to see if and when Worker releases their version of these half-length mags. I am, however, a little concerned because the reason I wanted to do this was because I knew Worker was going to do I mean, it didn't take a genius to figure out that Worker was going to make their own version eventually. But the reason I wanted to do this was so that if the community made their version and it was the same as Jet's version, then it would tell Worker what we wanted, right? Like, it would tell Worker, hey, we want this, you know, like, we want compatibility and cross-compatibility between platforms so that we can have one ecosystem, not you pick Worker or you pick Jet, right? No, that's not true. Both of those statements are not true. Yeah, both of those statements are not true. Worker is working on a version of Katana's or half-length mags. And katanas do not have a patent on them. Katanas do not qualify for any patents. Like, they're not... There's nothing about a katana that is patent-worthy. And if there was anything about a katana that was patent-worthy, it would already be patented by Hasbro, which would mean that they couldn't have done it. Came here from the Wellcom S7 Discord. Are they like katana mags? So here, let me unisolate. Sorry, I'm just focusing on one piece right now. So this is it's got the side missing right now, but this is a half-length magazine that is compatible with katanas, and going to be open source as soon as I can get a system where this idler wheel actually is idle. Because I've had issues with, I don't know if you can see that. You should be able to. So here is the idler wheel mounted in with the spring attached. I'm having a bitch of a time showing you guys, but there it is. So as it is right now, it does actually work. So straight up, right now, I could glue this together and it would work. But it doesn't work very well. It kind of does that. And now, part of that is just the fact that this print didn't go right. Which is fine, because we can reprint that. It's not a big problem. But the other thing is, it's literally just this surface here grinding on this, and we can essentially create a bearing surface by using a nail through here. So if you trim down a nail and then shove it through a follower piece like this, then it actually works really well. And I haven't tested it with a nail specifically. I'm going to be looking into like finishing nails, like nails that are like nice and shiny and smooth, and I'll find exactly what nails work best and then design it for that. But for the time being, I had a... Okay, well, we're going to use an Allen key because it's science. So this is not actually perfectly smooth, but it's already a marked improvement. Like, it's... Oh, I fucked it. You gotta run it parallel. Which is fine, because the constraints of the mag will ensure that happens, but when I'm running it like an idiot, it doesn't. But, yeah, there we go. So, even on a hexagonal surface of the Allen key, it's still running really smooth. So that's what we're looking for. So I have to redesign this bottom follower piece so that that runs smoothly. Also, hey Steven. Now the other thing is, so this piece here, this side panel, which is not gonna be visible to anybody. Okay. So let's take off the front plate and we can see this better. Actually, we can just isolate this section. Nope. Hit sneeze. So the profile, this is the wrong way around, but let's spin it. So the profile here is like this, and so it's printed with this bottom section being on the bed. And now I was always concerned about how this was going to turn out, because this is, I think, 0.5 mil thick. Yeah, it's 0.5 mil thick in that area, which is really thin, all things considered. I wondered if my new printers could handle it. No, that was the other thing, too. With this project, I wanted to test my printers, not necessarily design them so that they're difficult to print, but have the early versions be basically testing what my new printers could do. And while they can do this, they can't do it reliably, which is the important part here. So at some point, which might be now actually, we are going to add a manually generated support here. So if we... Actually, we can do it right now. It doesn't really matter. So... oh, actually, that's the wrong... I don't know why I keep doing that lately. Okay. Why does it do that? I just don't know. Okay, so that's 1 millimeter tall, and we want it 0.4 millimeters thick, because we would want it just 1 layer thick. Let's just manually type in 0.4. And then... Haha, now we have to figure out how long this magazine is. Holy shit. Okay, so the length of this magazine is not as straightforward as it may seem, because it's based on a set of parameters. So we have to figure out... So this is an 18 dart magazine. So we want to extrude this. Okay, so how long is this to start with? If we... Oh, hello. Got a new computer. It's not true. I need to upgrade this computer. So we could just leave it here, but then the problem is, as soon as we edit this, as soon as we edit these parameters, it's gonna fuck up. I think. Actually, it might not, because I selected that instead of a... Let's just double check. I'm pretty convinced it's gonna screw up, but let's give it a shot just in case. Oh, yeah. I'm confused as to what happened here, but we're gonna burn that bridge when we come to it. So let's Control Z out of that, and then we're gonna get rid of that as well. So yeah, we have to figure out the total length from the bottom to the top. And actually, I think the front plate, if we bring this back in, I think if I look at this... No, I've got no fucking idea. Catherine, don't say shit like that. He might. I want to say I'm kidding. I don't know if I am. I think I'm kidding. Panda, we all love and appreciate you. A whole lot. Okay. So, let's figure this out. Hey, Mustachio, Pistachio. I wouldn't either. God, no. God, of course I wouldn't. Okay, let's just... Okay. So... What is this? 13 times... Okay, so each... I need a calculator, not... Because I can't do the math, just because I need to keep track of the fucking numbers. Okay, so 13 is the height of a dart. Then we want to subtract 4 from that, or 3 from that. Subtract 3. Equals... Oh god, I don't remember this equation. Could one make a 50 dart straight mag? 30 is going to be really pushing it, but I'm gonna try. So the limiting factor here is actually the result, like it's actually the length of the drum spring that I'm using for the drum spring version. That's the limiting factor. So if I can... I think I can manage 30. It's going to be really close. It's going to be like 29 or 30. And yes, Jack is correct. It's actually... Even the 30 dart long one is... It's yay long. It's ridiculous. Yeah... 30 is gonna... I'm gonna say 30 is gonna be the absolute limit. Plus or minus maybe 2 darts. I think you're more likely to subtract those 2 darts than you are to plus them. Yep. Okay. I don't remember what I was doing. I lost my train of thought. Okay, let's see what happens if we go like this. So this should drop us down to the absolute minimum capacity of this magazine. Okay, this is really bothering me. I don't know what's happening, and I can't figure out what's causing it. I'm a little concerned here. Hey, no, we wanna... I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. What's happening here? Why? What am I... Oh, this is not good news for me. Are these features suppressed? I could not tell you. Why can I not roll? It's just really not letting me roll. Oh, okay, because I'm currently in a sketch. For some unknown reason. Oh, I was still in that sketch. Alright. So let's take it down to its minimum capacity again. Yeah, some people are suggesting that you could do it if you used a normal mag spring. Good luck. I think a constant force spring is going to be the only way to go here. Yeah, unless somebody starts selling a longer drum spring, I find this fairly unlikely. Okay, so why is this happening? Let's start there. Oh, that's a clusterfuck. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's really not good. Take out the left plate too. What the fuck is that? What has happened? Ugh, piss off. I genuinely don't know what has happened here. I might just say fuck it and not worry about it, because technically this feature doesn't actually have to be parametric, because all this is making a usable feed lip here. It's not super professional, but it also doesn't matter. Yeah, so this was a sketch, and part of it got anchored to a point in space rather than a point on the mag, which is kind of shitty, but I can't really think about anything I could do about it. So I think we're just gonna say screw it, and then like we can just straight up not worry about this. Like it doesn't actually matter. Again, this is only done to create a feed lip that oh, that's weird. Oh, something bad is happening here. Oh, that's not ideal. Okay. So, we're just gonna ignore that problem forever. I just knocked something off the desk. I don't know what it was. Is it gonna be open source? Wouldn't that kind of make it worse, assuming people mess with them? Yeah, it really would. But the problem is I don't know how to fix it without having to redo almost everything. Like, that should have worked and not caused me problems, but it didn't. I really don't know why those points anchored to weird places. Truthfully, I don't even know why they anchored to weird places, because even the one that stretched down still didn't line up. UC Snacks. Hashtag not sponsored. Okay. Back to the original thing that we were talking about, which I don't fucking remember. This has been a subpar experience altogether. Motherfucker. "16 is the most recent sketch, and it's... Oh, fuck you. Fuck knows what's happening here. Damn it, Catherine. Hey, they're what I have on hand. I'm not gonna bitch. Okay, so did I just randomly lose a sketch somewhere? I don't really know what happened, but that's fine. It didn't exactly take me a long time to work out. Okay. Okay, so I think we take a bottom view here, Catherine. That should, for all intents and purposes, be That's really odd. That should be orthographic. I don't know why it's not doing that for me. Alright, well, we're just gonna power through that, because nothing bad will ever happen if you just pretend you don't have problems, right, guys? Alright. What the hell? What the hell is happening? What has happened with my camera? Something terrible, that's for sure. My entire movement system is off. It's like it's focused in some other fucking dimension. Okay, so this is 72 millimeters. We need to then subtract 13, and I know I could do this in my head, but it's more embarrassing. Oh no. Oh, has something gone terribly wrong? No. Okay, we're just gonna power through that. Okay, so it's more embarrassing to get something simple wrong and redo a day worth of work than it is to pull out a calculator for something that should be way too simple. Okay, so this equation is minus 59 59 millimeters think then we want to add 59. No. This is a little bit obnoxious because it's giving me a negative, but okay. Can I? Nope. Okay, worth a shot. Okay, so I have to throw these in brackets. Minus 59 millimeters times no, that's plus 13 to the multiplied by dart count. Okay, so 13 okay, so dart count minus 3. I actually think that's right. Assuming I've gotten the correct number of brackets there, which I definitely don't. And I think that worked out. I'm thinking that worked out. Let's go back up to 18, see what happens. And that worked. That's fine. Meow. I don't know which meow. There's a lot of meows that watch my... Thanks, Kurtaya. So, that should theoretically enable it to be parametric. So if we go out to 30, we should still have that manually generated support in there, which is what I was looking for. And then if we go down to 4, yeah. Just out of curiosity. Nope, still warped. Tried. Yep, okay. So this side has the manually generated support on it. I'm not in the Fuzzy Walrus Discord. I'm not in a lot of Discords, if I'm being totally honest. I think I'm in my Nerf Discord, and the Brit Nerf one. I don't like dealing with people, if I'm being totally honest. Okay, so let's bring back our Derf Narts. So there's a 4 round, and then let's take this back out to 18. Alrighty. So, there you have it. Now, this has support for manual support. I think that's this. Yeah, okay. Cool. Make a 1 dart, please. I can't. So, actually, because of how this whole system works. I mean, okay, here, let me show you. So, if we bring this back down to 4, which is the absolute minimum, so if I really, really wanted to, I could probably make it 3 by knocking out this section here, but I'd have to redo how all of the technical work behind how this is parametric works. I really thought about a 1 dart, just like being able to make it small enough to do 1 single dart. But the truth is, if you wanted a 1 dart magazine, you could print it in effectively 1 piece. You might want to do multiple pieces, but like what I mean is like the follower can be straight up fused. Like I'm pretty sure you could make the follower just fused in there. You might have issues with if you're using a like if you're using it in a Springer that's got a sealed breech system, then that might cause you trouble. But there's only like, I know that sounds ridiculous, but there is only so small you can make it, and in order to have, you know, a proper locking latch and stuff, I'm buying a 3D printer to only make a 1 dart mag. You go right ahead, I will laugh quite a bit. That's funny. Yes. No, I'm probably gonna make myself, probably just to be obnoxious, like a 7 or something, or maybe a 6. Maybe a 6. Just like for pistols and stuff. Now I've been talking with Mr. Heathpants, and we're talking about making a mag specifically for the desert pigeon, which is ridiculous. And so that's gonna be a relatively small number as well. So it's probably gonna be like 8-ish. Which would look, I don't know, maybe I'll go with 8. I don't know, something nice and compact for a pistol. Yeah, like that looks like it's about pigeon-sized. Which I recognize as a weird unit of measure, but here we are. So then the other good news I have is I went to the hobby shop and talked to them, and odorless CA glue. So it's, if you're getting this kind of brand, I rant about this all the time, but this brand actually has no name brand on it, and they come with a sticker right here, and so when they send these out to their distributor, the distributor puts a different sticker on it. So you can get this exact same kind of glue with, you know, another sticker on top that says, like, whatever your local hobby shop is on it, or whatever the distributor that your hobby shop buys from is, or whatever. Like, it's always different depending on what region you're in, depending on, you know, a dozen different things, but it's still the same brand, and I have no idea what the brand is, because they have absolutely no branding except for the sticker that goes on here. And again, you can literally just peel that sticker off and you end up with this. Seriously, if you have this kind of glue, go try it, because it's funny. Yeah, the odorless stuff actually doesn't fog up polycarbonate. So I intentionally made the biggest blobs possible here, and then so is it gonna focus, you fuck? Nope. Okay, there we go. So this one up here, right in the middle, you can see it does a little bit of a fog effect where it never cured properly, because it was just so thick of a bunch of glue. But right down here, you can see that it like curdled up. Let's see if I can get this a little closer. Nope. Hello, focus, you fuck. Come on. Come on. No. Okay. Well, we're going here then. You can see this like curdled up all nasty. And then it kind of fogged up the polycarb. Like, it literally fogged upwards on the polycarb. And made it all nasty. So I found a kind of glue that I can glue this polycarb in with, which means that I can progress on... I fucking lost it. I actually fucking lost the magazine. Oh, here's part of it. Hey, there we go. So I can finish up this one. I are good at 3D design. Let me just spin that the right way around. Yeah. So I can finish up this one. I'm gonna reprint this side piece, because remember when I was saying my printer didn't print that overhang reliably, like it did do it. So on this side, which I could have just straight up gap filled with CA glue and not had an issue, it worked perfectly. However, on this side, it missed a huge chunk in the center. I don't know if you can see, yeah, there's like, yeah, here it like dips down, and here it dips down as well. So I have to reprint this because the only place it, will there be one without the polycarbonate? Yes, and I would show it to you. However, I actually sent it off to be game tested at APOC. So I'm not going to be able to make it to APOC, unfortunately. I don't have any way of getting there. But I did send a Vorpal off. Is there a fully 3D printed version from aside from the spring? Yes. Oh, you deleted that comment. I had a bunch of people suggesting that the feed lips on here weren't strong enough. How's that? How's that for strong enough? Is that strong enough for you? Snaps back perfectly in place like nothing happened. And in fact, to be honest, pretty much nothing did happen. Jeff Blue will have one, if you're interested. That's as far as I can flex that, and it just bounces straight back. I mean, it's all in the orientation you print it in. The problem is, if you print it vertically, you're fighting layer adhesion, and that's nothing, that's weak shit. You can just snap that with your fingers, but good luck snapping this with your fingers. I have a long shot somewhere around here, which I would show you, but I can't because the one completed mag I had got sent off for testing. Can I get the files? The only one that works at the moment, like, because I haven't finished up I need to finish up the files for this one. So this is the drum spring version. But that means that since the drum spring one doesn't work right, you would have to use the you'd have to use a different kind of spring. So if you've got like an old 20 round artifact half-length mag, then that would work. Or if you want a like you could tear apart a katana, take the spring out of that. That's what I did for the one I sent off. Or really any half-length mag. Like, I know Worker has like half a dozen half-length mags that are all just different shapes and sizes and look like full-length mags, but only have the small channel in it. You can use any of those if you wanted. Yeah. I think Lytake actually sells them pretty cheap, so it actually wouldn't be a terrible alternative if you wanted half-length mags like this to go to Lytake and buy like a dozen or so of their like cheap shitty mags and just ravish the springs from them and call it a day. You're ready to get the 3D files for the Katana profile mag. Purely just 3D print a model with a compatible mag well. I'm not entirely sure what you're like. I don't know what you're saying. But I will be releasing all these files. So if you wanted to 3D model a blaster with a compatible, Monkey Mods actually says that they have no intentions of selling those springs, which was a little heartbreaking to me, to be honest. But they found a source for them and are getting them manufactured, but apparently only for their friends, which is a bit obnoxious. But is that how much they cost? You know, Chris, if you want to get them selling, those springs, you go right ahead. I would really appreciate that. I really don't care who makes money off of this. I don't want. The only thing is, like, I don't want a company saying, "Hey, I'm going to print and sell these," or, you know, some motherfucker saying, "Hey, I'm going to print and sell these on Etsy," or something. If they are going to be put up for sale, like a 3D printed Vorpal, I would like. Well, I am going to put out the stipulation that I have to be involved. Partly for the fact that it's my design, and, you know, if you're just running your 3D printer for a couple hours and then making $20 off of it, it's not really fair. You know, also because I want to ensure quality. Like, I don't want some random fucko on Etsy saying, "I'm gonna sell Vorpal mags," and then, you know, they go in and fuse the entire file so it's printable vertically, which means that it will technically, like, print, and it will not require any assembly, but, you know, it's gonna break 5 minutes in. Go to Walmart and take them off the shelf pushers. Yeah, yeah, Chris, you, this might upset you, and if it does, I apologize. This isn't meant to be a personal attack, but, I've seen a lot of people directly copying Katana mags, and as much as I don't have a problem with that, because, I mean, Jet has stated themselves that they don't care if anybody copies their product because their product is copied from people in the community. So I don't have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is why would you just make a 3D printed katana? Like, it's not a great design, and it's even worse for 3D printing, so why would you just rip it off? Like, you could do so much better, and that's what I'm intending. Any plans for designing an adapter for full-length magwells? Tungsten has a bunch of them, and actually, Tungsten has reached out and offered a bit of help on this project. I haven't necessarily accepted it, but I haven't needed it, let's say. No, I like Tungsten a lot, and I would highly recommend grabbing one of his files, because he's good. Yeah, I mean, I have some katanas around here. There we go. Okay, this is dumb, but it bugs the shit out of me. So my katanas, for some reason, came pre-lubricated, except that they didn't actually, like, take them apart and lubricate them properly, they just fucking sprayed them down with lube, so now my mags are all slippery. Which I know Catherine will say something about, but here we are. So, this is the one that I stole the spring out of. Yeah, so the feed lips here, this is the weakest, oh, sorry. So this is the weakest point of the entire magazine, is right there. So that is 1.5 millimeters thick. And for some reason, Jet thought it was a great idea to run a hole through it. I don't have a good explanation for that. I mean, like, I get that that's how their pusher was designed, but you should have designed your pusher differently if that was going to be an issue. That point always breaks 3D printed. While I'm certain that I could do it if I did it properly, and have this still in here, this is stupid. It's just dumb. Oh shit, Pack D mags. Sorry, they're the blue ones, but I can't picture their design in my head. Oh, wow, okay. Holy shit. Okay. So I'm gonna call some bullshit here, because Pack D mags are literally a katana, but they have a built-in adapter. So I'm gonna call bullshit on anybody that was saying saying those other people are stealing Jet's original design. Because that Pack D mag is identical to a katana. I bet the profile's even the same. In fact, I want to bet that you could easily modify a Pack D mag to fit in a katana magwell by doing next to nothing. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm calling bullshit with that. Yeah. Wow. Good job. Nope, too thick. Okay, I guess that makes sense because you would want room for the adapter built in. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that, Kartaya. But yeah, I'm calling bullshit because that follower design is straight up Pack D. No question, that's a Pack D follower. Like, Look, Kartaya, I mean no disrespect to you personally, but I gotta say, the katana is not in any way, shape, or form an original design. It is straight up taken from different designs in the community and butchered together. And they didn't do a great job with it. I'm sorry. They just didn't. Like, one of the biggest issues I had, and one of the reasons that I actually decided to do this, the entire thing flexes. So you can actually see, and actually Tungsten sent me a video that I even played on stream. But when you put any pressure on this, you can see the clips opening and closing. So, and that means that follower jams when you put any pressure on it. Like, and that's what it is. It's a Pac D mag without the wings. I like totally forgot about them, but as soon as you said it's like the Pac D, I had to go look it up because in my brain the Pac D had this kind of follower and I just forgot about it. Yeah. So I'm sorry, man. I watched your videos where you were talking about people copying Jet's IP and where you were saying that they had patents on this design. And there is nothing about this design that could legally be patented, and there's nothing about this design that is original. Like, hell, even if you want to say that this was the first magazine that was specifically designed for half-length, like specifically designed for half-lengths without having that built-in adapter. Even you made those mags, like, for your Mauser fire. They were cut-down Pac Ds. Yeah, you just said that. Like, new katanas are made with polycarbonate and don't flex as much. I don't know where you heard that. I don't know who said it, but apparently it's not true. Because I know a bunch of people who have samples of the new mags, and they say that the plastic is identical. It's just clear. The flexibility is the same. And actually, the interesting thing here is not necessarily that the plastic is too flexible, although it is. It's the fact that these are not connected, except for down here, where these screw ports are. That's the only real connection. These are just plastic tabs that just slot into each other. But yeah, no, it's, no, I hate to tell you guys, but, according to all the information I have, the new ones are not polycarbonate. It's, a lot frustrating. Tell you what, when I get mine in 3 months, or 4 months, or 5 months, because they're not shipping, I will take my soldering iron and just take a little nick out of part of it. Just, you know, the little base plate inside, because that's not structurally necessary. And then smell it, because I know what polycarbonate smells like when it's melted. I know what ABS smells like, I know what polycarbonate smells like, I even know what some resins smell like. It's just... and I'll be able to tell you for sure. But, from all of the people that I know and trust who have gotten them, they say that there's no chance in hell that it's polycarb. Yep. Well, okay, Chris, I hate to say it, but if you have a pre-order that you then cannot ship out your product for... Focus, you fuck! If you have a pre-order and you cannot ship out your product for 1.5 years, that's on you. Regardless of anything else. Like, it does not matter. Like, it doesn't matter if your supplier screwed you, if, you know, that's on you. You should not be putting out a pre-order until you already have the product in hand. Like, yeah, no, sorry. Yeah, I heard that, Chris. I think that's probably better for you. Make the followers This thin section so you can remove it and have a dart lock to prevent dry firing. I have no interest in that feature, but it's open source, so if you want to make that feature, something just fell. Yeah, Stampedes. Stampedes versus the dart lock cutout. Yeah, that doesn't go well. It's really funny. Oh, my neck. I hope you guys could hear that loud, voracious snapping sound in my neck. So let's bring this back out to 18 darts. I'm so proud of the fact that it's so stupid and it was so easy, but I'm so proud of the fact that the darts will scale out as well as the rest of the mag. That's pretty rad. Okay. So it's the left side. So let's just isolate this. I love a voracious snap. Let's hope this doesn't save in my porn folder. No, it's fine. Alright, we're gonna replace the left mag. So I'm gonna try printing that out and just see what happens. It sounded bad, you should go to a doctor. I'm fine. Everything's fine. So I actually have to run in about an hour. Nugget, yes, that's hold on. Let's just suppress this feature and then unisolate. Sorry, I thought I answered this earlier. Maybe you missed it. Maybe I missed you. I don't know. I don't have a good explanation. Here is the... wait, hold on. If I get rid of the polycarb, there you go. So there's the version that doesn't have the polycarb. Because people often cannot find polycarb. So, whatever. Alice's porn folder, I gotta see this. I can't in good faith talk about that on the stream. There are children that watch this stream. I shouldn't even made the comment in the first place. Oh, I buggered it. I screwed it right up. That's fine. There could be worse things. Nope. Back plate. So if I isolate that... Oh, okay, that did work. Okay, I lied to you. Yeah, so there is a version that works without the polycarbonate, and you can still screw with your parameters here and, you know, like... That was exciting. Yeah, so you can still screw with the parameters. Everything's all good. The first one I printed out, I actually printed out without polycarbonate. I really should have tested, this one I really should have done without polycarbonate because it's a huge pain in the ass. Truthfully, to cut the polycarbonate to shape, it's a pain in the ass, and it's worth it if these are mags that you're going to be using for the next 5 years. But if you're just doing this for testing and you don't expect this to work, it's just a pain in the ass. try and render a 50,000 dart mag just for the fun of it. So I actually did, I think, 1,000 earlier. I'll do it, but hopefully Fusion doesn't crash. The thing is, when you get out to like 1,000, when you get out to like 1,000, it's just a line on the screen. Like, it doesn't... Is there a spring for the follower? Yes, so it's designed to run on 2 different kinds of springs. Well, you may have crashed Fusion. Yeah, so there's 2 different designs for the follower for the mag. So you can go with a drum spring like in this one, or you can steal the spring out of some other magazine. I stole one out of a katana. Press F 360 times to pay respect. Yeah, we're gonna try and fix that. Oh, yep, that crashed. Okay, so hopefully that auto-saved. Sorry, I have dinner arrangements tonight. Just sorting that out. That's fine, Jack. I was the one that was dumb enough to take the request. Yeah, when you get out to like 1,000, fuck, you probably do 500. The problem is, it's just a line on the screen. Like, if you want to get the whole thing in shot, it's just a line. It's not impressive. I didn't say that. Wow, you guys took that one comment and are just rolling with it. Okay. I'm just gonna get Fusion to start up again. Is there an adapter for it to work in normal magwells? There's already like a dozen online. There's ones to make it work in the Rapid Strike specifically, the Strife specifically, Springers in general, and I think there's even one specifically for the, shit, what's it called? The Prophecy. And that's just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure if you search Thingiverse, you'll find a dozen more. What do you think of Jet's new full-length mags? I don't care. That's it. I don't care. I have a feeling that because they have the follower bitch in the middle, you're gonna have the same structural issues. Oh, okay, I just didn't know if it would be compatible with katana adapters. Yes, it will be. Yeah, pretty much any adapter designed for katanas should work. Now, that being said, I am actually waiting on post, because I've got, yeah, I'm actually just checking the tracking info right now on my phone. Fusion is still booting up, by the way. Yeah, okay, so it's on its way. It's just a few cities over. But I've got a katana adapter coming in. Despite the fact that I trashed Jet, I have given them a fair bit of money. Yep. It's actually all the same plastic width, it doesn't get thinner in the middle. So actually, I'm not worried about the thickness of the plastic. The problem is, it's a clamshell design, which then breaks up that clamshell in the middle. So then you basically have 4 separate pieces, and while they're connected at the top and the bottom, effectively in the middle they're not so much. So that means that when you squish it, you can actually see the light bouncing off of the 2 halves differently. Yeah, so that's not me changing the angle, that's just me squishing it. And you can actually see the light bending where it bends, right? So it starts here and then ends here. And that's, yeah, that's pretty much... Oh, let's get that angle right. I think that's just my monitor, but it's pretty much dead on for where the start and end of that follower is. So there and there. So the fact that it has that slot down the middle, it doesn't really matter how thick the plastic is. I mean, I'll find out. Like, when I get mine, I'll take a look. That's just me looking at it and saying these are the problems that I foresee. That's not me actually looking. Like, that's not me holding the mag and going, aha, these are the problems that it has. It's just what I see as being a problem in the future. Okay, and... Hoodie mallard. You know, I almost stole a hoodie. Okay, in fairness, the guy who bought the... It actually wasn't a hoodie, it was just it was a flannel shirt, but it was a plaid flannel shirt. And come on, we lesbians have co-opted that. So, okay, so we're back to where we were before. And I've got this pre-generated support material in this. Alright, let's break it again. Yep. Let's go to like 300. I think, actually, I'm gonna... Hey, is that gonna work? Yeah, so Cartaya just sent me a picture of his modified Pac-D mags that are half-length mags. So, with all due respect, suck it, nerds. Like, thanks, Cartaya. Thanks for stopping by. Did I break this again? I will be so embarrassed if I broke this again. So the files aren't available yet because they're not done yet. God, I'm gonna be so embarrassed right now. Oh, hey, it's an updated graphic. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the 300 dart Vorpal mag. There you go. That is with it as... Okay, I guess I could bring it at a slight angle. Okay. Let's tilt this 45 or whatever 16:9 ratio is. Actually, less than that because my screen isn't that. It's not actually using the full side of the screen. There you go. That's a 300 dart Vorpal mag, as big as it'll go on the screen, and you see why going up to 50,000 would just make it that fucking line. So actually I think the issue here is that I'm actually rendering all of the Nerf darts, and that's what's causing the issue. So I think that if we go 500, watch me crash it. Watch me just completely make myself a liar and crash it. Actually, how manageable would a 50 round mag be? It doesn't matter. Realistically, it doesn't matter how manageable it is because... Remember earlier when I spent like 5 minutes looking for that piece? It's right the fuck here. It's just right here. And actually, I had such bad issues on this that it snapped. It's not crashed, to my credit. So yeah, the problem here is, so each dart is about 13 millimeters, approximately. Now I'm giving that a bit of tolerance because it's always good to give things tolerance. But this is a 38 centimeter ruler, and if I go all the way to the full length of it, yeah, that's the end of it. So this, you can see the thing up here. So from here to here is the full length of the spring. So, unfortunately, you can't make a 50 dart. Not with these springs, anyway. I could look into people with bigger springs like this, but the problem is, and I've actually talked to Foam Blast about this when I asked them. I'm sure a million people have asked them this, so I'm not trying to take credit here. But when I actually asked Michelle if she could bring back her upgraded drum springs, I actually just tried to buy her, like, backlog stock of, like, 15. Because I wanted some. And then she... I fucked it. Well, I'm gonna have fun rewinding that drum spring. She eventually, after a bunch of people pestered her, ended up bringing back the drum springs. But I know for a fact that these are not a standard off-the-shelf part. Like, these were custom made, and it's because nobody needs springs with this much force in this size. So the fact is, like, I don't know how plausible it would be to get more springs manufactured. And the most important part here is that I wanted to make a 30 dart magazine for the fucking memes. That's it. Like, it's not going to be practical. It might look kind of cool, but it's not going to be practical or effective, so it would be cool to be like, yeah, here's my 50 dart stick mag, and have that hanging out the bottom of your blaster. But, it's just not... It's not worth it. I fixed it, by the way. There we go. That actually didn't take as long as I thought it would. Minimal catastrophe. Did this work? Oh my god, it did! Holy shit! Holy shit, it actually worked! There you go, there's your 500 dart. There's your 500 dart Vorpal. There you go. So the largest one that I'll be making, or that is possible to make with current spring technology on the market, yeah, I watched Luke's review where he was like, yeah, you can fit like, did he say 275 or 375? I don't remember. Just way more darts than, or way more ammo than Hasbro claimed. And I totally agree with his suggestion that they are, like, it's designed to hold 275, but, Hasbro didn't want to include another, what, like, I don't know how much that is. Rival balls from the store, I think they, at least here, go for like 50 cents a ball or something. Again, I really don't give a shit about Rival, but, no offense to anybody that does. Nothing against you specifically, I just don't like it. But, yeah, they're like 50 cents a ball, so that's like retail value. They're, you know, if they included 275 rounds, that would be another, that's being obnoxious. Like, something, wow, okay, I'm failing basic math here. I can do the complex shit. This be 12.5 plus 25, 37.5-ish? Yeah, there'd be another $37.50 that they would have to give you. That's a longsword. Imagine that coming out of the desert pigeon. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna make this, mostly just to prove the point, just to be like, hey, yeah, you're a little slow on the uptake, Het. Catherine's technically right. I do get all the balls I want. That number is 0. There you go. So, yes. So I'm going to make this mostly just to prove a point, just to say it can be done. It's stupid, it's impractical. So... Oh, 3D print darts and fire those. You think you are fucking funny, kitten. That is just... God damn it. Okay, so... Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what else we could do. I'm gonna wait until I've got the nail pivots. And then I'll redesign this follower piece. But for now, I'm going to print out this updated side piece, and then hopefully that will fix the problems I was having. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what else I can do on this. This stream was kind of talky, but my dinner plans have gotten moved up. I was originally going to stream till 9, but it's looking like I should cut that off a little sooner. How about a Spider-Man wrist blaster? That's silly. I'm not saying it's a bad idea, it's just silly. Yeah, you could use the drum springs, and if you mounted it on the inside, like if you mounted the drum spring on the inside this way, you could have it wrap around, and then you could have, like, you know those, like, shitty bracelets that are supposed to, like, suck out all of your positive or negative energy or some bullshit, whatever. You could have, like, one of those, except it's a magazine, and then have that running into a set of flywheels. Somebody's gonna make me do that now, aren't they? You could... How would you do that? Oh shit, that's actually a good idea. Oh no. Okay, this went from a really stupid idea to a not stupid idea. Why? Maybe someday. Maybe someday. Probably semi-auto. So you'd basically want your flywheel mech here-ish, and then you'd want a strife puller, like pulling arm, kind of more, maybe more Raven, headed back, and then you could have your mag wrap around the wrist, like that. Oh shit, I'm making this. Yeah, so you don't need this handguard here. So you probably want the mag back here, and then that would actually be a semi-viable. Why am I flipping you off? I'm not. That would actually be a semi-viable flywheel secondary. That's not a shitty idea. It was a stupid idea, but it might actually work. Okay, it's 9:30 now, which means I've been streaming for approximately an hour and a half. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Just a retention spring on a weighted pusher. Shoot. That's stupid. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna go be a good friend and hop in the show. It's not a date. I have dinner arrangements. That doesn't make it a date. But that being said, she's gonna be getting here in like half an hour-ish. So I am going to shower. So I will talk to you nerds later. Oh, and somebody asked what happened to the first part of this. I have it still. It's archived, but it's not publicly public. I'll make a I'll make a video on the Vorpal mags, and then actually when I do the video on the Vorpal mags, I'll include the link to all the streams. So if you want to go back and watch, you can eventually, but not right now. Okay, talk to you nerds later. Get out of my